Good evening, y'all. Dwayne here. If you can't tell, I am coming down off of a cold. Can't tell if I'm coming up or coming down, but my immune system definitely got diamonds on its neck. But outside of all of that, I kind of wanted to talk about the Joker 2 ending. I'm not going to get into details with it. I will not really talk about it. I'm gonna treat it more so of like a if you know, you know thing. But a lot of people definitely beat me to the folia doo doo punchline, I guess. And I don't really know whether or not to fault Joaquin, Lady Gaga, Todd Phillips, everybody who worked on this. It feels conflicting, kind of attacking the people that it just kind of feels like, when you watch the first movie, them people definitely did not want to make a sequel, let alone like a fucking franchise out of Arthur Fleck's Joker. I definitely feel like the film itself was supposed to go down as something of like its own classic. I don't really know how else you could put it. It just didn't need a sequel. I feel like making it a musical, making Harley Quinn not even Harley Quinn, calling her something totally different. It's just like the angle that Todd Phillips went with this was so smart to me. I feel like, yeah, a lot of people right now are like, like he's saying fuck you to the fans. Like, this is what we get for liking the Joker. When I don't really think it's like that. I think, if Todd Phillips didn't really like the Joker, he wouldn't have made the first one, you know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely, I think, had a lot of pride, especially with the impact that the movie had, after it came out. I feel like there's a lot of pride to have with that movie. There's no reason why Todd Phillips wouldn't like what he did with this character. I think it's one of the most innovative things you could do with the character. I just personally think this particular character has a new, and just like the situation behind the scenes with Warner Brothers just pushing for a sequel for some reason, I guess. Like, the whole point about the Joker being toxic for Arthur Fleck and him not wanting to embrace it, and it being like this allegory for like famous people getting into shit that they shouldn't get into, but the fans kind of romanticize it and they enable it, and they essentially want these people to do it more because that's what it's a catalyst of entertainment with a lot of these people, whether it be drug. It's a lot of examples out there, maybe even some that is more obvious than drugs, but that's essentially the point, that it seems pretty obvious. It seems pretty glaring. I don't think, especially with the ending, I don't think that it was to say fuck us, like, I don't think he even wants us to spend money on this movie. I personally, I'm conflicted on giving Warner, and like, they gave Todd Phillips his check already. We would essentially be giving Warner Brothers more money, I think. I'm not really sure how that would go down, but I know for sure that, making this a musical, calling Harley Quinn Lee in the movie, doing a whole bunch of shit that we would essentially not ask for, is kind of analogous to us not really asking for a Joker 2 to begin with. Like, it didn't really need a sequel, and I think everybody understood that, and I think its impact stood very firm without one. Like I said, I don't think he's making fun of us. I don't think this is about us. I think that he rather kind of use this as like, maybe like, the weird fans is WB saying, hey, we want more of that, because we never, like I said, no one really collectively said, hey, Joker 2 should happen. I don't remember seeing that anywhere. So, to be completely honest, it's people taking offense to the movie is, I think they're looking at it the wrong way, and that's not really to defend like where the movie came short, but really it's just, I just personally feel like this is him saying like if you gotta take some kind of measure to not milk this shit, this is probably the best measure. And I think its failure is definitely in the benefit of maybe the legacy of this movie, and not this movie in particular, but the one that came before it. I definitely do think that this isn't something to blast people that like the character. If anything, it's kind of something to save people who like the character from seeing this turn into a franchise that gets milked to death, and then we'd have to see toys of this motherfucker next to goddamn Jeffrey, I think is what his name is, from Toys R Us. So I'm not really sure if this was like even the worst angle to go. Like, this could have been like the best movie ever. This shit could have got 10 stars, 5 stars everywhere, and then that would have just gave WB more of a reason to make more money off of this, and then it would become just a stupid ass cash grab. It'd be crazy. And I feel like, you know, we are kind of living in an era right now with Hollywood where, you know, the motherfuckers need bangers, you know, but it just seems apparent that sometimes, like, the people calling the shots can be a little tone deaf as to like what we want versus what they need in terms of money. And, you know, when you see shit like Sony and Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom, it's a whole bunch of shit going on in terms of like big moves or just strange shit that nobody asked for, whatever you want to call it, bro. I think that Joker 2 isn't even the beginning of what we're going to see with people making weird decisions with these characters. And I personally think it boils down to how much not really like the directors or even the actors care about these characters, but really the studios, the heads of these studios producing this shit. It really boils down to what's making the money, bro. And I think sometimes, you know, they gotta shoot themselves in the foot to say this ain't really gonna make no money. You know, like, they already got Pattinson's Batman and his whole saga going on. Penguin's even got his own fucking show. James Gunn has like a 10-year slate, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, something had to go. Something had to fucking go. And if it's gonna be anything, bro, WB really wanted to turn all of these movies into at least a trilogy, bro. One of them had to go, bro. Of course it's gonna be the fucking Joker, bro. Of course it is. But linking that all to like I said, like what Kraven and what RDJ is back as Doomsday, what we are about to see are literal Hail Marys, bro. Like, it's RDJ is either going to be like a completely genius idea and we're not going to know what the fuck we're in for, just kind of how I feel about Thunderbolts, or it could be completely shit. Same thing with Kraven, same thing with Venom 3. There's just a whole bunch of unpredictable shit going on right now, and to be honest, the outcome for this movie was very unpredictable. No one really knew if this was going to hit or not. That's what made people kind of side-eye it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I'm kind of all here for it. I just wanted it to be fun. I wanted it to be good. I don't really give a fuck about anything else that would make me give a fuck more from reading a comic book, to be honest, because like it's real people. There's a lot more like real resources being used here. I always told myself, movies are shit, bro. I'm just gonna go read a comic book. I think people who go to these movies and really care about these characters, I'm not gonna tell you how the fuck you should think or what you should like walk around telling yourself every day, but to me, bro, if you know, it saves me from getting upset at these people. Cause at least I know a lot of these people with the live action, they're trying. And I think the last thing that we should do is like fuck it, bro, rip the movie apart, bro. It's kind of, that's like I said, I think it was set up for that to happen. Like, if we were to praise this movie, it would kind of go against the message of the movie. Like, yeah, you could say it's undoing the Joker. Like, we didn't just watch the Joker a few years ago, but I don't think it's really, I think it's more so undoing what could possibly happen with this with what they were gonna call a franchise. I mean, The Boys is going to have like 15 spin-offs, bro. Who knows what they got in store, you know, before James Gunn. I personally feel like the shit with James Gunn is going to be very fun. I'm excited for Superman Legacy. I think he's definitely going to give Marvel a run for their money. If he doesn't, then me, right? But like I said, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I'm a way bigger Marvel fan anyways, but when it comes to like Batman and his whole mythos, like, I care just as much. That's why it kind of sucks that, you know, this movie came out with the reception that it did. However, like I said, I think a lot of people understand that, like, and from at least from what I saw so far, people seem to understand that this wasn't it. People are gonna say it wasn't a fucking canon event. You know, here's 3 at a time, so, you know, whatever, I guess. But I don't know if like people like Sony would look at this and be like, we're not gonna make movies that people don't want anymore with the Spider-Man license. I think they're probably still gonna make sure. Like, I heard about some like Silver Sable coming out, bro. Like, holy shit, man. I think we're in for a ride. I got the same skepticism that I had for this Joker movie with RDJ, if I'm finna be completely honest with you. I was initially excited, but it's been fucking me up. So lately I've been trying to binge read comics on the Marvel Unlimited app and just, soak in as much as I can before that stuff comes out. So at least I go in not with expectations, but with the knowledge of what they were trying to grab from, so I can be like, oh, but who knows, bro. Yeah, it was nice talking to y'all about this. It's been kind of crazy with the weather lately. I hope everybody stays safe. Peace. Excuse me.